For today's Cyber CEO episode,
I made twice as much, worked less. I was able to do so much. I was able to travel. I wasn't stressed out. I wasn't working crazy hours. And I was running my business really, really well, like very, very fluidly, very effectively. And I didn't have to worry about waking up in the middle of the night in a panic because I forgot to get a form sent, or I forgot to fill out something, or I forgot to call somebody back. So it took a lot off my plate and was able to make just the quality of my life tremendously better. Man, I just wish I could clone her. She's like my right hand. She's totally the backbone of my business, and a huge source of the success I've had is Romina, for sure.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest coming back to the show. Geraldine, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for coming back. I know you have a lot of things to do, so I really appreciate your time today. Now, just like last time, we just wanted to kick off everything, check on you and your Cyberbacker, how everything is going. Now, for everyone's benefit, to everyone who's listening, just wanted to know, how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker?
Gosh, I think this year will be 3 years now.
Wow, 3 years. Now, was this your first time to work with someone virtual, with Cyberbacker?
Yes, it was. I was pretty nervous about it, but my real estate coach at Keller Williams ranted and raved about how wonderful they were. And so after trying to hire someone here locally and putting out a job application on Indeed, and I think I had like 80 applications. Wow. I interviewed, I think, 8 people. I offered the job to 2 people. This was only a part-time basis. Mm-hmm. The first person said no, and the second person ghosted me. Wow. And I was like, I'm done. I was so frustrated. And then my coach said, look into Cyberbacker. And I said, well, I need somebody here locally. She goes, you can't hire a runner to do like the stuff in person. I said, well, I guess I could. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. So I have what I would have paid for a full-time assistant, part-time assistant here. Mm-hmm. I pay for a full-time assistant with Cyberbacker. So it worked out beautifully.
All right. And now again, they're just going through scheduling the interviews, posting on websites just to find a perfect person for the in-house person. That takes a lot of time too, right? So basically it saved you time and the money, right?
Totally. I didn't have to do all the personality assessment and go through it was a nightmare. When I had to do it on my own, but when I went through Cyberbacker, you guys did all the preliminary vetting for me. So
that's what you get here in Cyberbacker. Of course, saves you time to go through all of those unnecessary processes. We'll handle that for you. Now, you mentioned earlier that you were a little nervous before you dived into the virtual world. If you don't mind me asking, why were you nervous about hiring or partnering with someone virtual?
I think it's for the same reason that a lot of people ask me about Cyberbacker, and that is they're nervous about like having to train them, mm-hmm. having the money investment, the amount of time that you've got to set aside to teach them what you want them to do. And also I think afraid that they're not going to work well for you. And then you've got to start all over again with someone else.
I think that's a quite normal feeling for everyone who's going to be doing this for the first time. Don't you agree? I think that's the initial, let's say, that's the initial feeling of a person or of a business owner would have when they're working with someone virtual, right? Yes,
the fear of the unknown. But I think the wonderful thing with Cyberbacker is you all know what our fears and our concerns are. So you set up the systems so that you handle a lot of that preliminary training, so that when the cyberbacker starts on boards with us, they're already organized to a big extent. And now it's just a matter of them acclimating to the exact needs and wants and personality of the agent or the client that is hiring the cyberbacker.
Yes. Now, talk to me more about that then. Being organized. So, what did you do? What did you do to prepare to work with someone virtual? Let's go back, let's say 2-3 years ago.
So I had all these ideas and all these things that I wanted to put on the plate of an assistant.
Mhm.
And so I just didn't know where to start. But my coach also helped me with that. And she said, start with the most basic thing. What's the most basic thing you need help with? And I said, my database. So we started there. And of course, the most urgent things that needed help and dealing with immediately, I put on her plate. I taught her, I walked her through how to do it. The wonderful thing I think about Zoom is that you can actually record yourself and you can upload it. And so I think we use that a lot so that she can replay and rewind and see exactly how I wanted stuff done. Whether it be on YouTube as a private video or even into like a Google Drive, like I would record stuff. And I've also noticed that cyberbackers come up with like a ton more training also. So I didn't have to walk her through stuff. And even like I wanted her to help me with like videos. And I was like, you know what, Romina, just do the research. And she looked up different softwares that, that weren't going to be expensive or even free. And then she YouTubed how to edit videos for YouTube. So she did a research and was very self-sufficient and learned how to improve and expand on different stuff that I needed. So I said, okay, I would come to her with an idea and I would say, look, this is what I want to do. Run with it and come back to me and tell me like what you found and what things we can do to implement and make this happen. So I started there. I started creating a system. Also, I use Trello quite a bit. I'm a huge fan of it. So we learned together how to use Trello and how to enter all our leads, all our marketing, and then just move it through the flow that we created together. So that was, we learned a lot of stuff, but the wonderful thing is I didn't have to learn all of it. I would just leave it for Romina to learn.
So basically there you already have an awesome teammate who's always willing to help out. Just throw a task to them, give them a task, they'll handle it for you, right?
Oh, and yes. And with the best attitude, a great work ethic, a positive attitude, never complaining, never whining, never like, ugh, I don't know how to do this, and you see that a lot, unfortunately, here, but with the younger generations. But yeah, no, wonderful work ethic.
There we go. Awesome work ethic by Romina, your cyberbacker. Now,
Yes.
One of the things that we love about working with clients like you is hearing about the fantastic results, of course, that they've achieved since partnering with Cyberbacker. So sharing those success stories with our audiences can be very educational for everyone who's listening. Now, can you tell us about one of your biggest wins since working with Romina, your Cyberbacker? And if you do have any numbers that can illustrate that, the impact of that partnership, we'd love to hear that.
Yeah, so I was at a different brokerage prior to joining Keller Williams, and at that brokerage, we did a lot of relocation work, which meant that we had to pay a lot of money out, which meant that I could not afford to hire anyone. So I did everything, and the best real estate year I had there, I did 60 transactions, and for the gross commission income that I made there at 60 transactions, I doubled that at Keller Williams and I did 44 transactions. But so I made twice as much, worked less, and I was able to do so much. I was able to travel. I wasn't stressed out. I wasn't working crazy hours. And I was running my business really, really well, like very, very fluidly, very effectively. And I didn't have to worry about waking up in the middle of the night in a panic because I forgot to get a form sent, or I forgot to fill out something, or I forgot to call somebody back. So it took a lot off my plate and was able to make just the quality of my life tremendously better.
Gosh, right there, just having someone that you can trust, someone to always have your back. That's where Romina comes in, your Cyberbacker. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, one last thing before I let you go today. One last thing. For sure, once we have this online, Romina's going to be able to listen and watch this. So I was wondering, do you have any special messages or a quick shout out you'd like to give out to your rockstar Cyberbacker, Romina?
Man, I just wish I could clone her. I wish I could clone her, and I could just clone her and have you guys hire her clones for all these other people that call me and ask me about Cyberbacker. Because she's like my right hand. Like, it's nice to have a left hand, but I couldn't live without my right hand. So she's totally the backbone of my business, and no one succeeds alone. So a huge source of the success I've had is Romina, for sure.
There we go. Now, we are very, very excited to see the continued growth of this partnership between you and Romina throughout the years. And again, Geraldine, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.